I wanted to do a video about how to write a novel using ChatGPT, and I'm going to be using a custom GPT that you can get in the GPT store, and it's called Novel Writer by Angela McBride, and it's a really good GPT. If you're starting out writing novels and you just want help writing them, this will help you kind of outline it and do all that stuff. But it will actually go all the way through writing chapters, and you can give it feedback and change things within the chapters themselves. I'm going to just go through it kind of quickly to show you how it works, but it can be used as a tool, and as I said, it will do anything from starting out outlining and giving you like outlines of the characters and the chapters and everything, all the way up to actually starting to write the novel for you, or completely writing the novel for you with its feedback. So you can put your own idea in to start off with, and you can even use this attachment thing to attach, like if you've already started, like you already wrote a summary or an outline or even a chapter or a short story, and you want to base it on that, you can upload using this paperclip right here. You can upload from your computer and just bring that in to the chat so that it knows what you're talking about, so that they can refer to it. But we're going to just start from scratch, and it gives you some basic starting off questions if you have no idea. So we're going to use just one of these. And here's, can you give me ideas for a 1950s thriller mystery? So let's start off with that. So it's going to give you 3 ideas, even if you for the novel. So even if you start off kind of with your own idea, it's going to give you 3 suggestions of where to go with this, and you can read through these and pick whatever you like on here to start off with. First one's The Vanishing Heiress, and it gives you like a kind of an outline, the setting and everything. This is in New England. Phantom Train, which is in the rural Midwest, and it gives you kind of a little quick synopsis there. And Echoes of the Cold War, setting Washington, D.C., 1954. During the height of the Red Scare, State Department official is found dead in an apparent suicide. However, his wife insists it is a murder, believing he was silenced for uncovering a spy ring. And it goes on down there. I'm going to go with this one real quick because I kind of like that. So let's go down here. So we're going to go with that idea. So then it goes into this, and it gives you like the setting, the genre, the theme, and the tone. And you just go, of course, read through this. Gives you the main story beats, like what's going on in it. And so this would be the point where you would kind of add anything that you wanted or changed anything that you wanted to change, or this is where you would start to. It's still going to give you a list of characters which you can change. And it's going to give you an outline. So we're going to just go with this as is right now, and I'm going to just go continue. So now it's listing the main characters. One thing I have noticed with this is when it names the characters, it doesn't do bad at naming the characters, but for some reason, and I think this is more a ChatGPT problem than it is with this custom GPT. It uses certain names a lot, like Thompson and Harper. It's always using those names. So let's change those, and let's go. So we're going to just change the last name on those 2. So you can see it's changed the name. So we can change traits of them. So let's say have Richard Carlisle wear glasses. So we can add that to the character. And it says up at the top, he'll wear glasses to give him a distinct physical trait, and it will add that in as it's writing the novel as well. So we've gone through our characters, and we can specify even more and make more changes. But this is basically how you will change things as you're going along using this ChatGPT. So let's continue. All right, so it actually says the outline of the story is 9 chapters, each divided into 5 parts. That's set in the custom GPT, apparently, because that's what it always does. It goes with 9 chapters in 5 parts. So you could rename those parts as separate chapters. So you end up with like about 45 smaller chapters, or 9 chapters with sections of 5. So you can see it says deeper conspiracy. And one thing though is it only goes down to, it stopped after 6, and I think that's probably a current limitation of ChatGPT. So we can go list outline of chapters 7, 8, and 9. So that gives you the whole outline there. And unfortunately, in this GPT, it doesn't have enabled so that you can save the outline to a file, but you can cut and paste it to a file. And so as you're doing this, that's one thing you may want to consider. As this is generating information, you may want to cut and paste it and save it to a Word document so you have something to go back to reference before. Another good tool is, there's a tool called Scrivener, which is for writing novels, and it sets up the structure. So you can actually use this in conjunction with Scrivener to produce a novel, and that works really well because it makes it easier to organize what you take from this. All right, so then here it wants to know if we want to start the first chapter, and so then at this point you would go start writing the first chapter. So it writes the first part, and remember that it's writing these chapters in 5 parts. So this is the first part. So you would read through this at this point, and it's a good idea to read through this and then make any comments, and then it will make the changes for you, and it will list it back off again. Or you can continue from here. But as you go along, the more changes you make to it, like you may say, I'll change the style a little bit, change this a little bit, change this character, it will update it throughout the thing. So if you're going to use this to go through and write specific things, or even just give yourself kind of a rough draft of a novel that you may totally rewrite, you may want to change and go through this as you're doing it to tell it to make whatever changes you want. And then if you're satisfied with this, you can just go continue, or write the next section. So now it's doing part 2. So that's how you use Novel Writer to write a novel using ChatGPT. And the nice thing about this GPT is it does put it into a structure that you can read and you can respond to and change as you're going along. And it really gives a good structure to it, and it also kind of puts everything together. You could do this without a custom GPT by writing different commands, but it would be a little more work. You could actually follow this same kind of format and do it as well. But this kind of makes it a little bit easier and keeps things together a little better by having this custom GPT.